Hey there, welcome to my channel. So today we will go ahead and make a 3-strand necklace with Gigi's treasure bag, the pastel colors, pastel passion. This is the colorway 2, and I pulled out 3 strands from the box, and I feel that I really like. I'm going monochromatic as I see. That's how, I don't know. It just appeals to me that way. But you can combine the colors. We have the pastel green in the box. This again, like a Picasso finish kind of it, like a different color shades of the pink and the tan. You can use that. You can also use white if you want to. So you can use a lot of colors from the box as well. There is quite a lot I have. See, all these colors you can use. There are so many colors. Okay, so there is this green, this pink, okay, and the shape is different. That's what I really want in this project. And we have the white with the opaque one, and then like little bit transparent triangle beads as well. And then this all the colors, the lavender color, the same as the green. If you want to check that out, you can do that. Or this all the colors combined together in one strand, thinner strand, or even like the hematite ones, the pink, the rice shaped beads. So all of these we have. Okay, the options are endless, but I want to choose a monochromatical. I like it. Okay, so it's gonna be a little bit different. I want to show you guys. So I just played with it, and I really like this way. So the pearl, the imitation pearl or the glass pearl, is 6 mm. This one is 3 by 4 mm, and this one is an elongated 6 mm, I think. It's like a pinch kind of a bead. It's a rectangular bead, but it's quite a different one. So if you don't have this treasure bag, go ahead. There's a chance to buy it. It's not sold out yet. Okay, so you can go ahead and look in the description box below. I will leave down the link for to buy this treasure bag. It's $40, and there is a lot of full strands and 30-inch strands in the bags. Quite a lot of stuff. If you want to build up your stash, this is the best way. So these are not subscription bags. This is not monthly subscription or something like that. So it's a bi-monthly mostly, and it's a treasure bag. Once it's available, you'll be notified. It'll be there couple of days and it gets sold out pretty much. This time there's 2 colorways. That's the first colorway is already sold out. The second one is still available. You can still grab yours. So once it's sold out, that's it. So you will have to, and if you sign up at ggctreasures.com, you'll be notified when the treasure bags will be available a week before it, and then the and the date of its arrival. Then you can go ahead and buy that and then take advantage of that. So here is what I'm gonna do, and these are the toggle clasps that I received in the box. So I'm gonna use this. Okay, I'm gonna use 2. If you have in your stash, go ahead and use that. The one thing is these are, as I said, these are long strands. So the pearl is really long. Next is this, and this one is the third one. So this is the shortest one, so I'm going to go with the length of this for the rest of the strands. Okay, these are very long. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my wire. This is 0.45 mm 7-strand bead stringing wire. You can use any brand you want, Beadalon, Soft Flex, whichever you have, you can use it. I'm going to use this. So this one is 7-strand coated bead stringing wire, and I'm going to use the crimping technique. I'm going to snip off this strand for us to So I'm gonna just string these beads. I'm not gonna add any bead, but if you want a little bit more length, I would advise you guys to add some seed beads in between. That'll give, a very nice thing to do. I mean, it'll give you the length, plus it'll stretch your strand. But in this box, I don't need to stretch. I have enough beads to work, so I'm not worried about it. And I really like this. Maybe if I want to add, see, this is a golden finish, right? It's more golden, so I don't want it to be more gold, so I'm using the silver to contrast. So if you want, you can add a silver bead in between. That will, give it a little bit of a different direction to work. So let me show you guys. I have these Toho seed beads around on my table, and this is happens to be a 15-0. You don't have to use 15-0, you can use 11-0, but since I have this around, I will try and show you guys how it will look if I add a seed bead in between. It's actually very pretty. Look at that. So it defines it more, right? I really kind of like it. Why do I like it? I don't know. So because I have already decided upon one, but yeah, we can do that. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So here we go. I still have some beads left over, but I strung most of my beads. So let's see what I got here. These are my 15-0s. Then I have one strand of these very, very different yellow beads with 15-0 seed beads as a spacer bead. So that's what I got. That's the smallest strand. So I strung that first. I want all three strands pretty much right next to it. So this is going to be my outermost strand. The next one shall be this pearl. So just want to make sure. Okay, let me just get a stopper because I don't want to lose my beads. So do invest in these stoppers. These are very helpful. If you want to find an alternative, you can also use a piece of tape. Actually, this is a lot of I don't need this much beads, so I have to take off some. So let me just find out the sweet spot. So keep it in a U format, and what you can do is you can attach this to this same stopper. Okay, as you can see, there should be space between these because the beads are not even sitting right next to each other, right? Yeah, so I think here I can take comfortably this many beads off. So just gonna take this off and move all the beads down. I didn't cut the second strand yet, but I want to show you guys what I mean by it. Approximately same, but you can take one more off, so that's okay. But now that this is said and done, one more bead stopper. Okay, so that's that, but I still need some beads to be added. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it here and just leave that. Then the next strand is gonna be this crystal separated by 15 silver beads as well. Okay, so that's that. And also, by the way, you can use these binder clips as a stopper bead as well. These are bigger binder clips, but you can use the smaller ones. That will be perfect for this size as well. Let me just show you guys how I'm gonna take it. Use it as a stopper. Okay. There we go. So this is also a long one, which I don't want such a long piece, but you can see how this one is framing up. I really like the way this turned out to be. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut this at this point, and then take away at least some of the beads here. Okay, and you can hold this there. Okay, first of all we shall fix the first strand first. First things first, right? So first strand first. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my toggle clasp. I'm gonna take myself some crimp tubes. You can use a crimp bead also if you want. I'm gonna use some crimp tubes. So the stainless steel one is better for me. Just I've dumped some. I don't need that much, but it's okay. Take this off. Take 2 or 3 15-0s. Okay, because as I said to you guys, the pearl bead is bumping against each other. So I'm just gonna add this 3 seed beads and one of the crimp tubes. Instead of going through the loop, I'm going to go through this. Okay, and then come back and go through that one crimp. You won't be able to go through that 15-0s, so I'm just targeting only the crimp tube. Okay, once you have it inside, then you can pull this. Okay, the tendency of the wire is to crisscross, so do not crisscross that. Okay, and then pull this down towards the toggle clasp. You can crimp it flat, or you can use your crimping pliers to crimp. I'm just gonna crimp it flat. Okay, and then the short tail, use your wire clippers or wire cutters to actually cut it exactly at that space. See that you can come in really closely and pull this tight and snip off as close as possible, and then this is what you have. Okay, so that's done. So now go ahead and pull all the beads down. Keep it in a U format so that you will always see the shape. If you do it this way and crimp it, you will not find that a little bit of a leeway or breather. It might be very stiff if you do that. So 3 of the 15-0s, 1 of the crimp tube, and then take another toggle and go through the same way and come back through the crimp tube, Just the crimp tube is enough. But this side you need to make sure you did cut off all the slack, right? The first side is pretty easy. Getting the second side, the same loop and everything is same. This is your time to check everything. If you're comfortable, go ahead and crimp this as well, and then you can hold this tight and give it a cut. There we go. See how it is nicely done. Okay, so now we have one strand connected to the toggle. So I want this toggle to move freely. I don't want it to be stuck, and this is perfect. Now concentrate on the second strand. The organization of the strand is such in the way that this is 6mm round pearl, right? This one is a elongated bead and this one is a roundel shape, but you can also use this cream. It will be really nice. And this is a round, but it is a coin kind of a bead and it looks pretty. Okay, I really like it, but I also like the monotonous color, as I said, so I'm just gonna go with this. But you can choose, okay, you can choose whichever you want. So now first I need to finish those, then I will come back to this. Take this off, and again 2 seed beads at least. Okay, 2 or 3 maybe, that's good. We added 3 in that one, so we will add the same here. So again a crimp tube, take this, do this first, go through the crimp tube and okay, then what you can do is push the crimp up towards the toggle. Okay, that way, then let it not crisscross and see how long the other one is, and if the loop is correct or not, then you can go ahead and crimp that flat and then hold that crimp and cut it at that point. Now the other side. Okay, so it's okay if it is turned this way. Just push all the beads down. See, if you see, it's right next to each other, right? But I need to take this off. I don't need this many bead. I want this right next to each other, but if you can see that, if I do that, okay, there's already a gap between these two, right? So there is one more strand which is going to come. So it's just a measure of how you want the look to be. I find this to be correct. So I add 2 more. There's already 1 seed bead, so I added 2 more seed beads and 1 crimp tube, which is right here. Just okay, somehow this got lodged through here. Yeah, there we go. So before crimping this off, I need to see whether this sits properly, this is the right height I want, the difference between these two strands I want, and everything. But then I need to make this loop smaller, and then again check before I could crimp. I think I'm going to go ahead with it. And then, as I said, the tendency of the wire is to crisscross inside the loop. Go ahead and crimp. I'm flat crimping it. You can use the crimping pliers and crimp, but just gonna, okay, here we go. We have our 2 strands ready. Now the 3rd strand. The 3rd strand also we have already prepared it. That's that. Okay, this is a little bit longer. I shall add the beads stopper, so that's nice and easy to work with. Here we go. The 3rd strand I have to remove a lot, so this much probably out, and I'm gonna add the 3 more seed beads. I tried doing this differently, like arranging the strands, rearranging the strands a little bit, but I didn't like it. Okay, so that's what I am going to do. I'm gonna add the crimp beads. I'm gonna insert it into my toggle, come back through the crimp bead. I have a bigger wire, so it's easy for me to actually, if you have a little bit more wire, it'll be easy to work with. Trust me, you will really appreciate it. But if you're like me, then I always go for less, but fortunately or unfortunately this one became bigger. Okay, once I crimp it and I see there's 4 beads instead of 3. Now what I can do is I can restring it because I already crimped it, or you can cut it because since we have some wire we can do it. But the easiest way is to pop 1 bead. Okay, that way you get 3 seed beads. Okay, that's what I did. And then of course snip off the excess wire. So just make sure you, there we go. So I did that. Checking if everything is good on the other side. See, I have always kept this in the U format, and then only I'm doing it because that's how we are gonna wear it, right? So here you need to judge. So I need to take off one of the roundel beads because as you guys can see, it doesn't need that one. It will become okay this. If you want to take one more off as well, you can do so, or add 3 seed beads, and if you want to, let me just try taking that off too. So there's already 1, so I will add 2 more seed beads and then 1 of the crimp tube and try and see if that will work. Okay, so this is how it's gonna be. So if you like it, you can go ahead and do with it. Yeah, I'm going to go with 1 bead less So I'm just gonna go through the crimp tube and just make sure everything is nice and tidy, because we have crimped it here. So this side, when you crimp, you need to make sure everything is nice and proper. Hold on one sec. There we go. Just pull the slack off completely. Okay, now lay it flat again. Make sure everything is nice and even and the distance between these are good. So then go ahead and crimp that. Okay, now see how much is left. A lot more. So now pull this tight and snip it off. It's not long enough to, you know, do something about it, to store or something. So we have our perfect 3-strand necklace, and this toggle, you can actually connect a chain to this toggle and then call it a day. Or I mean, we do have the chain in the box as well. So if you want, you can connect the chain, but I feel you can do so with the beaded part, or even the remaining strands of these and this. Of course, we have used all the yellow. I saved just 2 beads for the earrings, but we do have the pearl. The pearl will be really nice, but you have some of the pearls and some of these, so you probably have to alternate and then cover up the back space. That's what I'm gonna do, because I feel the chain is a little bit thinner in my opinion. So what I'm gonna do is, again, take my beading wire, but you can also add, you know, instead of beading wire, you can also macrame in the back, or add a thicker chain. By the way, that will look much better. And also do cordians. You can end with the cord or leather or something like that. You can do so with this. You can even do, I think, like a, yeah, why can't we do crochet bag or something like that, right? Those are fun things that you can do. But you can also use the same beads and, you know, make a backing, because this almost is nice, and you know, yeah, you just need just a bit. It's nice and long. This is almost 14 inches long, so you just need a couple more inches, and the necklace is done for you. So if you want, you can use that. Let me just figure out something and come back. So I have strung just the pearls for the bag, and I thought instead of cutting it and adding the clasp here, I will add the clasp on both sides, in case if you want, you know, a different back of the necklace. You can have this or this, or even, as I said, you can have the cord end and anything that you want. So this is also going to be totally interchangeable. What I'm gonna do here is add a crimp tube and some lobster claw from my stash. You can also use the lobster claw we got in this box. We have 2 different gold lobster claw. Since it's a double tone necklace, then you can do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and add the crimp tube and push it, because I want and crimp it, and And I have added a seed bead at the end, so this is not gonna go into the pearl, so I'm just gonna snip it off, the excess tail. And then I'm gonna push all the beads down, and I'm gonna show you guys one more thing that we can do with this section of the thing. So I have 2 lobster claw. All you can do is, it's about say 5.5 to 6 inches in total, but if you have a little bit more beads, I do have some, but these 2 were stuck to each other, and as you guys can see, the inside is showing, so I don't want to use those 2. But if you have, you can have it as a bracelet. All you need to do have is a just this toggle also will work. I'll let you guys know what I have in mind. So here it is. This much is good enough for me. Just cut off this bowl, add a crimp tube and a lobster claw. Take your pliers and then go ahead and go through the crimp tube. Again, I cut it very short. Okay, see, when you pull this, okay, if you do it this way, then it will be hard to actually pull. If you keep it this way, then only you will have a little bit of slack. So here we go. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and hold it in position. See, there is a little bit slack again, so make sure you don't have those. Okay, and make sure you have a little bit larger loop, because that's what I did on the other side, so I just want to match it. So all these small things, if you pay a little bit more attention, will come out perfectly. Go ahead and snip it off. There we go. Now this is what I am talking about. Add it here. Okay, this is your necklace. I'll just zoom in a bit. You guys can see this is how the necklace will come out, and it will be flat on the back, so it will be much more comfortable for your neckline. And then I really like the way this turned out to be. So what you can do is, you can change it if you want to, the back of the necklace. And also there is another way, so you can remove these. If you just want to wear a bracelet, you can just do it by clasping. This is way too small for my wrist, but let me show you guys. If you add one of the toggle, I'll make one and keep if I want to use it that way. I'll put a couple of tangles in it, like this one, and beads, whatever beads I have. I'll add one to this end, okay, other to this end. You have a really nice, cute bracelet out there, don't you think? That's so pretty. So a lot of options with this particular necklace, and this is out of the GGC treasure bag, Pastel Passion Colorway 2. I will leave down in the description box below the link for the bag, the treasure bag that you can buy. It's not a monthly subscription, it's a treasure bag. When it's available, it's available. When it's sold out, it is sold out. So you will be informed about when the treasure bag will be available beforehand, just a week before, and also reminders 2 days and a day ahead as well. So the thing is, you have to sign up with www.ggctreasures.com. You will get a notification, and this bag is currently available. If you guys can grab yours, go ahead and grab. It's $40. It's a lot of strands you get for this bag, so you can build up your stash. You go ahead and watch the unboxing tutorial so you can get exactly, you can see what you are going to get and how long it is, how long the strands are, and what accessories like findings you will get, like a toggle here, the chain, and so many different pendants to work with. So stay tuned for more videos. Bye bye, have a good day.